Hey, everybody. Hold on. Joe just came in the background there. There he is. Joe, how's it going, brother? Welcome to everybody coming on in. Oh, Joe, you're muted, brother. You're muted. You're muted, dude. Or he's having mic issues, one or the other. That's okay. That's okay. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to everybody coming over from Piper Academy. Appreciate Army Piper going and sending everybody over here. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Mondays, every Monday, Joe and I are live 11 a.m. Eastern time and looking at the markets, the debt, the Doge, and whatever other news items are coming on in here. How about now, Joe? You got that fixed? Nope. Okay. No worries. We'll hang. I can cover. Listen, I'm starting out this week here. This is the only day I'm live today. Oh, wait, I hear Joe. Yes.
So I can hear you now.
There he is. All right. Excellent. Welcome, Joe. This is the only day that I'm live this week. I'm away at the Boston Blockchain Conference, Joe. You got your swag with you? You gonna
sure do.
Cheers with me? Let's start out right. All right, cheers. It's only coffee, but that's okay. All right. Appreciate everybody piling in. We'll go give a shout out to the chat. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff today. I got some Bitcoin news, that kind of stuff. As always, we're going to be talking some things going on with NASDAQ. We're going to be talking gold at the very end. So stay tuned for that. Let's go give a quick shout to the chat. Oh, wait, I should probably turn on that. So guess what? You can actually see the chat on the screen. BC Port Corp, like first in the chat this morning. Appreciate BC. Thank you very much. What's the Dutchy Boston? There you go, Boston in the house. There it is. RS Miller, appreciate you being here. Yes. Good morning again. Army Piper again. Thank you. Appreciate you sending everybody over here. Thank you. Alexandra G, if you're a channel member, Ahmad Queen emojis in the chat, please. And Harp, excellent. Appreciate you being here. Dylan is in the house. Dylan, excellent to see you. Thank you very much. Yes, what she said. Hit that like button. Yes. Oh, look at these. Look at all those graduation caps in in the chat. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. Joe, how was your weekend before we kind of get in there? How's things going?
Weekend was good. Did just charts. Caught a movie or two, but mainly just charts.
I get it. Hey, you got to go when the market's going, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. Well, let's start with some Bitcoin stuff, and we'll move into the Bitcoin chart with Joe. He's also going to be taking a look at HBAR a little bit later because there's some HBAR news out there. Let's see. Let's start with this right here. So, according to River, Bitcoin adoption has reached a whole 3% globally in 2025. You know how everybody says we're early, and you kind of like, are we though? Well, guess what? According to this, we is early. 3% global adoption. Whew, I'll tell you what. It seems like, and maybe because we're in here every single day, it's a lot higher than that. I mean, you're hearing governments, companies, everybody talking all about it. You'd think it would be a whole lot more than 3%, but obviously not. But I saw this and I was like, holy crap. Billionaire Grant Cardone just sold his $43 million Miami mansion for 400 BTC.
Wow.
Holy moly. First off, I mean, we talk about it all the time, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to sell my car, my kidney, whatever, you know what I mean? Go and buy more. Well, he literally did just that. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
About Bitcoin. This weekend, one thing that I did do was I tried again to look for my Tangem wallet. Oh. Now, one thing that I strongly recommend everybody doing, of course, getting a Tangem wallet. Links in the description. I got the three. However, what I did was I put all three together in the same box. And of course, put one, somewhere and one somewhere else. That way you can use them. But I had all three in one box. So big mistake. With the move, before the move, I knew exactly where it was at. Every time someone would say Tangent Wallet, I would show it, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And because of the move, I don't know where it's at. I've been going nuts looking for my Tangent Wallet. So pro tip to everybody, if you have a wallet, let's say the Tangent Wallet, you get the three, don't put all three in one spot. Don't do it. So
yes, no bueno, as they say, right?
Yeah. So I'm still looking for it. It's like, I know I have it. I packed it up. I don't remember where I put it. I've been going through all these boxes and storage bins. It's like, no, all my office stuff was right here in this one. And I've checked it so many times. It's like, that's too. I was like, maybe I put in another one. I don't know.
Yep. Listen, it's so true. I mean, bad enough when you're moving sucks. I mean, let's just put it out there. Moving sucks. But then, trying to keep this stuff straight on top of that. You're right, Joe. That's something people got to think about. Lad is in the house to give a quick rundown. Free hash power. Appreciate you being here. All set. Always in the house. If 3% takes BTC to 120K, I can see another 1% incoming. There you go. Duality Crypto in the house. Appreciate you being here. And there you go. One's in my safe, the other in my. There you go. That's smart. That you gotta.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. You get three of them. You put one in your wallet, one in somewhere where you have your paper documents or whatever, and then another one maybe at the bank or something.
Yeah.
But nope, I had all three in that same box. I don't know where it's at. Yeah.
Damn. Sorry, man. Oh, my goodness. Shuby is in the house.
Shuby.
Appreciate you being here. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, I figured you'd be working. We wouldn't even see you. But I love Shuby Buckets in the chat if you're a channel member. Appreciate that. All right. Well, let's get moving on. That's what I have for the Bitcoin news. But fear and greed. Time to take a look at fear and greed. Again, this resets in a few hours, but fear and greed index is in the neutral territory today, 51. I mean, I guess I can see why that is. We're waiting on a lot of news this week with regard to the government. If you're just coming over from Piper Academy, all about that because he went over all of that. Joe, I'm starting to see magnets in the chat. Anyway. Oh, Tech Man just jumped in. Welcome, man. But any thoughts about the neutral reading here on the fear and greed?
Yeah, I would think that it would be higher, just for the fact that Bitcoin is moving. Now, granted, there is I forget how many hours of a delay from the actual
right
fear and greed to what's actually showing, but I'm surprised. I thought it'd be a little bit higher.
Oh my God. BC's trolling you now. There you go. You need some lessons in security.
I tell you what, I'm pretty good with security. I'm pretty good with it. But when it came to my Tangent Wallet, it's like they're right here. I know exactly where they're at.
Yep.
Like, but then it's when I was moving, all three of them I put in that same box to move it. So they're all in one spot. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll put it. And I thought I put it in one of my backpacks so that I would know where it's at. Have you ever done that? Where it's like, I'm going to hide something or put something somewhere.
Yep. So I remember where it is.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
And it doesn't ever work. Just saying.
No.
It doesn't ever work.
But I know when I stop looking, I'm going to,
it'll pop up. Yep.
It's going to hit me. It's like, whoa, what's this? Oh, wow.
There you go. There you go. An NFC range extender and use your phone to ping it. Interesting. Tangent needs to support more OG coins. Like
they support a lot of coins.
So much. Yeah, that's why I'm surprised to see that.
What I was really surprised with is the amount of new coins they do. They do a lot of OG coins.
Yeah.
When I was going to get it, I was like, well, I don't know, because I have all these brand new coins, and I go and I check, and sure enough, they have them on there. So that's what led me to buy it. So I was like, oh.
Yep. And BC said, you're right, BC. It is always in the last one. It's so true, man. Lots of the older ones, they don't. Really? Again, I'm not sure which ones you're talking about, because I've had all of my OG coins are in there. Anyway, okay, time for some Bitcoin. You ready, Joe?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you're the man. Here you go. Show is yours, my friend.
All right. So for Bitcoin, on yesterday's show, I was pretty much saying that, especially towards the end of the show, when we started looking at a bunch of coins, like, man, it's looking bullish. Like, it's looking like it wants to come up. When we were looking at Bitcoin, we were on the 1 hour time frame. We were here, and we drew out this little box. And, I was saying that, we could possibly roll over, which this is my thought process. I was leaning more towards this at the beginning of the show. And then we, of course, if we're down here. If we come up and then come down and come up and break out of this, then, of course, chances are we start going to our next levels, which would be 112, 229. Then the main one that we're always looking at, 113, 114. But if it does break this level, we're looking at coming down for potentially this, which would be liquidity. To me, I just see this as a box where there's a lot of orders where it stopped, and you can just kind of see the box. And sure enough, it came right down here, right to it. Found support here off of our trend line that we created with our 1 hour wick, and bounced here. And then now, so what we're doing is we're always adjusting to what the price is giving us. We can have a thought process of what might happen, but once we see this bounce and coming up back into the box, now we're thinking, okay, well, maybe we might break out of this box. If we do, well, then, because it's going up, it'll maybe continue, or it could roll over. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. And then sure enough, broke out of the box, continued up, right to our, and where do I get these lines from? That's a good question. If you go to like higher time frames, you can just see where they stop. Price stopped right here. And you can actually make a box, or I call it a box or a zone, from candle body closes to the wicks, and it gives you like a zone. So that's kind of like what I do here whenever I see a bunch of stops. And sure enough, it went right to it. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Went right to it, kind of stopped. And then here, I'm thinking we're going to come down. This was a nice little run. I think we're going to come down to maybe here before continuing up, possible, or rolling over, bouncing here, and then just coming down, just faking everybody out. However, nope, went up. And right now, I do think that we are pretty much primed and ready for it to retrace, and maybe somewhere either right now or when we come up here to 113.14, just to retrace, and then let's just see what it does. Are we going to do something like this where we come up a little bit more, come down? This would be a nice area for a bounce to come up, or are we going to do this? We're rolling over. Like, let's just say from maybe here, about 50% of this leg right here, come down like this, and then now we start our way down. Now, one thing that I'm always doing is I'm always using the fib retracement tool and the magnet tool, going from the absolute low of this extension leg. And if we go here to where we think it might go, this would put us right at around the 382. This to me is very healthy. If we pull back now, well, then the 382 is right here, right in this little block. So either way, it's going to, in my opinion, I think that we're going to pull back. And just remember, could we go up? Sure. But it's not healthy if we continue going up. For example, like this was good retrace, but here when we just went up and up and up, and then we traced a little bit, then up and up and up, and then, possible dump. So we want to see that retrace. So basically, I think we're going to go up a little bit more before coming down to around 112, 229 possible before breaking up. Today, though, man, these coins are looking good. Yesterday,
I know lots of green.
Like, man, like all these coins, they're pretty much primed. But again, nobody knows. We have to wait. We have to react once they break the levels to the upside, okay, let's enter longs.
Yep.
For me, what I don't enter, like if the price were to come down because there's a wick, I don't enter. It's too risky for me. I see a lot of traders doing that, and they make great gains. For me, it's too risky. I need to wait for a pivot, like once it breaks out. So let's just say we do something like this, and people are targeting this to do an entry. I need to wait for it to do this. This is when I enter. Because it can always roll over and continue coming down. And this would be catching a falling knife. I don't like catching falling knives. I'd rather catch the bottom of the move, which would mean just give it some more time. Wait for a pivot. But that's what I have on Bitcoin. I do think we're going to go up before potentially, kind of seeing what we're going to do right here if we bounce. I don't know if we will, but if we bounce here, 112.229, see what happens.
Excellent. Yeah. Those falling knives hurt. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. And listen, again, for those who don't know, we're going to be heading over to Joe's live stream. If you're on YouTube, you're going to be directed right over there right after we're done here. He's live every day, Monday through Friday at noontime, and then on the weekends at 4 p.m., all in the Eastern time zone. Quick shout out to a few more people that have kind of jumped on into the chat. JR is in. Appreciate JR. Listen, JR has been joining on some of those Crypto on the Rocks recently, and man, it's good having him in there. It really is.
Completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And Steve Hickey in the house. Appreciate you, Steve. All right. Speaking of which, there will be, just going to put it out there, I'm going to say it again toward the end of the stream when I give you my update for the week, but no Crypto on the Rocks this week. I'm away at that conference, so no Crypto on the Rocks this week, okay? Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. Did I just see Dave Digital pop in? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. What did he say? One thing I like about falling knives is they always seem to get attracted to me.
Magnets in the chat, guys. Magnets.
There
in the
it
chat.
is.
I love it.
There it is. I love Dave Digital, man. I love him. He's great. And a shout out to Dave Digital for a couple of things. One, he's always dropping on Friday nights. Memberships in the chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Get those gift memberships for everybody. And Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern time, man. Simple Terms podcast. You got to be watching it. I'm actually probably going to be putting a couple of those in some articles that I'm doing, like putting the video in there because it's just good info, man.
I happened to catch it this past Saturday. Really good. And the chat was just going crazy. Dave Digital I think he did a great job.
He did.
It's very cool. It's very cool what he's doing. So,
yeah, it is very unique, but very good. Very good. Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to take a look at the debt and the Doge next. Don't forget, we're going to talk some NASDAQ stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about the WLFI token. And you can hear it in my voice, right? We're going to talk a little bit about Ethereum with the market structure bill that's going through the Senate and being put together in the Senate right now. We are going to talk H-bar, and Joe's going to look at that chart real quick. And of course, at the very end, we're going to talk gold. I like putting in a bit about gold if there's something there to talk about. And lately, gold prices, man, canary in the coal mine. I keep saying it, man. Yeah, canary in the coal mine. All right, let's take a look. Now, Joe and I were not live last Monday. Normally, I go back to our previous stream, and it's usually a 1 week window. However, we were not live last Monday, so this is a 2-week window. Let me actually make this full screen so you can see this. When Joe and I were live 2 weeks ago, the debt, $37.276 trillion. And the Doge, obviously 608, because the Doge clock still keeps kind of moving up, even though, Elon's basically kicked rocks from there. But now when I logged in to this live debt clock this morning, I was reaching for my blood pressure medication because we've been pretty damn consistent with being like around $29-30 billion every week. Well, guess what? In 2 weeks, we went up almost $150 billion. So those big, beautiful bill things are starting to now hit the pavement. I'm sorry, that's all I got. I need a breath right there, Joe. I just do.
I will say, looking at the debts, looking at the inflation, looking at all the ways the government's trying to, help, but then, they keep on spending like crazy. Now, granted, it's gotten better per se. However, it has really led me to realize how important understanding sound money is. It
Amen.
really has.
Amen.
And if it wasn't for crypto, I would not know about sound money. And I would still just be with my little blinders on. And it's like, okay, well, this is what it is. But now it's like, man, like they're like, we have to, the dollar keeps on going down. Like,
Yep.
what can we do? Silver, gold, land, houses, real estate, so it just amazes me how many people, and I was one of them, where didn't know any of this stuff. So I'm very thankful for crypto, because now I know about sound money.
And the more you go down the rabbit hole, I want to say the worse it gets, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what I mean? But
you end up becoming almost like a foil head,
Yes,
because it's like, man, they're doing this, and they're like, before, like, you hear that stuff, like, man, get out, man, you're crazy, dude. But then you start like looking at it and researching, and it's like, wow, they're really doing that to us.
Yep. Man. And that's the thing, because it's so, in my opinion, surreptitious. It's like, how do you're just used to it. It's what you're born into. It's what you do. Right. It's that's the system. Now, Dutchie saying gold is unstoppable as long as Orange Man is in the Oval Office. Now, I don't know that he's the reason that gold is going to be unstoppable. The economy is just going to shit itself, and that's what's making gold unstoppable, in my opinion. Again, what the hell do I know? But that's my opinion. And
I'm just wondering if we're going to have a dip on gold.
Oh my God, forget it. Don't be holding your breath, Joe. You better DCA now, bud.
It's just going and going. And, the best time to enter, of course, was yesterday. Next best time is today. But I'm looking for that retrace. And it's like, nope, keeps on all-time high. It's like,
yep. And I think that's all we're going to see. I mean, yeah, okay, we'll have market movement, obviously. But like significant retracements on gold, I don't know. I don't see it. And yeah, Keynesian economics kick in our ass, basically. BC dropping the knowledge right there. Oh, Sonny just jumped on in. Listen, I got to give a shout out to Sonny. He was joining me first thing this morning, and we had some, or not we, I had some technical difficulties. Like, it was like my computer decided it was going to be back to like black and white TV time, and like just like freaked out, froze up in the middle of our recording. I mean, it was just insane. It was absolutely insane. He was very patient with me while I was trying to get everything reset. And we just finished recording the educational video about blockchain. And I'll tell you what, excellent job. I'm going to try and get it edited up for this Sunday. If not, we'll definitely have it on the following Sunday. So thank you. Shout out to Sonny. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep this thing going. We're going to, again, this one right here doesn't necessarily have anything to do with crypto, except for the fact that, unfortunately, many people new to crypto use Robinhood to buy crypto. Just saying. And yeah, try and talk them out of that all the time, but I guess better than nothing, right?
Yep.
And now Robinhood stock on the S&P 500, and you can see what happened to their pricing right here. I can't even fit the whole chart in, on the screen here, but you get the point. And you know what? Where did that go? Right here. Automatic Beats is in the house saying Sol. We got some Sol news shortly as well. So stick tight, hang tight for that. Mike in the house. Appreciate you being here, Mike. Thanks. Yeah. So Robinhood. Now, the reason I wanted to actually put that in here, beyond the people using the Robinhood app, was because there was all this talk about MicroStrategies or Strategy, whatever the hell they're calling themselves now, possibly being put in the S&P 500. And I'm not gonna lie, kind of glad it didn't end up there. I mean, he was on, I believe it was CNBC this morning or CNN, I can't remember which one, basically saying Michael Saylor, basically saying that, you know what, we're going to be there. Don't worry about it, kind of thing. Yeah, okay. I do worry about it. I'm not a fan of what he's doing with all that leveraging right there. But again, if you've been around here for any length of time, you already know that. So, but that's why I wanted to make sure that I included that. Now, here we go. I was just mentioning to Automatic Beats about some Solana news in the news, and Solan Strategies has become the first Solana treasury company to receive approval for a NASDAQ listing. And we got a few things, excuse me, a few things with regard to NASDAQ that we're about to talk about, including one that's kind of breaking news. We're going to get to that in a minute. I was able to get the links in the description before the thing locked me out here. Bottom line is, I think that this whole thing with it might Automatic Beats, it might. I'm still Solana to zero kind of guy, because I think this is going to be a bad. It's just not going to put the crypto space in a good light, if you ask me. But again, that's just one man's opinion with regard to Solana. But here is the breaking news. Did that come up on the screen? Yes, it did. Okay, good. Right here. I thought this was pretty big news, all things being equal. NASDAQ seeks SEC approval to let investors trade tokenized stocks on chain with equal priority. We're always talking RWA. We're always talking about getting stocks tokenized, etc. Here you go. Here you go. Now, NASDAQ basically petitioning the SEC to allow that to happen. Thoughts about that? That literally just came out like maybe a half an hour ago. So,
yeah.
Any thoughts about that?
Good. Great. Love it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, any news like that, always positive news. But yeah. It plays to the, I think, future of blockchain technology and where we're going to head and how it will end up integrating ultimately with the TradFi system. So one man's opinion. All right, let's talk a little bit of Trump, because I know everybody loves Trump. No TDS here, right? Anyway, okay. Crypto.com. Joe and I reported a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, that he was doing that whole grab purchase deal with Crypto.com. Well, that purchase deal is done now. Everybody's put out all their things. Crypto.com. Matter of fact, I believe this is from, this is Coin Bureau. I was going to say I shared the one notice about it from Crypto.com. So anybody who's following that probably already knows that this is done. But for those who are just kind of tangentially following the news, here you go. That deal is done. And now, by the same token, you know that the World Liberty Financial was having some major issues. And Joe, thank you for doing it. You took a look at that when it started and the price just dropped through the floor. It was when we were looking at it, like, I think close to $20 at the time. Started off like with a high up near 33 or something. But anyway, as part of this, they have blacklisted 272 addresses in 7 days. This is something I don't like about, and I complain about with Ethereum all the time with regard to these validators following these OFAC blacklists. Now you've got this one right here, blacklisting addresses. I'm sorry, DeFi and blacklisting addresses, they shouldn't be in the same sentence, in my opinion. They just shouldn't be in the same sentence. So I thought that was something that people should know. If, in case you weren't following that, it's what if what's he saying? Not an ETH blacklist. It's a smart contract that allows that. Okay, there you go. There you go. Thank you, Sonny. And listen, take it from the developer, not me. What do I know? But the point is that still people not able to,
Yeah, Justin's son
in that system.
a few days ago, he did a post. But it was Friday or something.
Yep.
Where he did a post and he was basically upset that he couldn't dump on the people because it's like they froze my account. I can't sell. It's like yeah.
And I think that was something because Sonny just put that in there. I think that was something Sonny talked about during his stream on Friday. I did see that, and actually was something I was about to mention. There you go. I don't know. If you ask me, Justin's son kind of gets screwed a few times throughout this whole cryptocurrency journey. You know what I mean? Oh man, yes, you're right about this. So Sonny's saying not all smart contracts are the same. Obviously, Trump's idea of crypto includes freezing functions, right? Because he comes from a TradFi industry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all he knows. That's all he knows. Well, yes. And BC brings out the point. It's still a blacklist, no matter how it's done. Right. I get it. It's not about the how it's done. The fact of the matter is that it's still doable. And yes, and again, like Sonny mentions here, the contract itself includes the freeze functions. And that's what we're going to see, quite frankly, with all of these stable coins as they come out. They're going to have to include freeze functions, clawback functions, all these kind of things, because otherwise they're not going to be able to meld into what is the current TradFi system. I mean, at the end of the day, how many times do you potentially make a charge with your Visa card or whatever? And guess what? It happened to me. I paid for a woodworker to make this nice piece for my wife. I mean, he showed me what it was going to look like. I was like, damn, boom, I'm buying that. Paid him. I mean, 6-8 months gone by. Then he went silent on me. Well, guess what? I want that money back now, dude, because like you didn't give me my shit. So, anyway. So those kind of things are going to definitely have to be happening in order to function within the TradFi space. Okay, don't forget, we're going to Joe's stream when we're done here. We're clipping along. We're actually at a great clip right now. But we're going to go on now to this. Did you see this, Joe? Fidelity launching tokenized U.S. treasuries on Ethereum already. Did you see that? It was kind of in the news a lot last week, I think. Oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought this was big news, and now plays even more to the fact. I probably should have put this ahead of the NASDAQ piece about them petitioning the SEC in order to have trading on the blockchain. But more and more, we're seeing the changes with regard to regulation here in the United States. And right here, we all know the Clarity Act and all this stuff is working its way through Congress as we speak. Right here, Senator Lummis, who, again, great proponent, Bitcoin maxi for sure, but great proponent to the cryptocurrency space as a whole, breaks down exactly what's going on with regard to the current legislation going through the Senate. So I thought I would let her talk this through. It's just under a minute long. That way you're getting it literally from the horse's mouth. So we're going to let her talk real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about this.
We did stablecoins first. The Genius Act passed. It's now law. And that provided the momentum we needed to do market structure. So the House passed a market structure bill. It's called the Clarity Act.
Right.
We in the Senate are going to mark up in the Senate Banking Committee a market structure bill in September. The Ag Committee will do theirs in October because they've got the commodities jurisdiction. The Senate Banking Committee has the securities jurisdiction. Then we'll fold them together with clarity and hopefully get this across the finish line by Thanksgiving or at the latest Christmas. We did stablecoins first. The Genius Act.
Sorry about that. So there you go. They're looking to try and get this done before the break for the holidays with regard to Congress. And okay, great. Again, I have mixed feelings with regard to this legislation that's being currently proposed and moving through Congress. I'm not a fan of the way the Genius Act is written. You've heard me say it numerous times here on this channel and on a lot of my different streams. I get it. We need some kind of form of regulation for these companies that are trying to operate here in the U.S. I understand. But yeah, like I said, I've got very much mixed feelings about this. Joe, any thoughts you want to add with regard to what's going on with the regulations for Congress?
It's funny how the dates that she mentioned correspond with our cycle. So September, red September, then October, then November, they should have everything wrapped up. And November is when we're supposed to go up. So it's like coincidence that it plays out like that. BC Poor Corp and Sunny have said some really, really interesting things in reference to, crypto. It's supposed to be freedom and, not melding into the will of the oppressor, which is very true.
Yep.
And I've actually heard more about this lately from different people. And it's so true because we're kind of getting away from what crypto was meant to be. Crypto is meant to be freedom from the banks, freedom from government and everything else, but it's like giving the power back to the people to where now we can transaction with each other. And because the government sees that, they're getting on board with it so that potentially they can control it or at least have some kind of regulation or rules or whatever. And basically what they're doing. And BC Poor Corp, he said, the oppressors have finagled the direction of the future. I think crypto forgets that we have no teeth, though. Yeah, and we don't. And this reminds me of a movie that I saw yesterday. I forget what the name was. I just have a movie playing in the background. But it's with that dude that says, all right, all right, all right. Who's that guy? But it was with him. It's
I'll put it in the chat. I'm blank.
1876 and their Confederacy and everything else. And like the soldiers, they're coming in, the government, they're coming in and they're taking the pigs and the wool and the corn and everything.
Yep.
And they're supposed to only take 10%, but they're only leaving the farmers with 10%. And like they can't do anything. The freedom of Jones or something like that, freedom of free man of Jones City or something. But anyway, that's pretty much how it is, to where it's like they can do whatever they want, but until we stand up, which is crypto, then we can make a voice. But
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, how it's going to happen. I'd like it to be a smooth, relatively, however you want to word that, revolution about what's going on with regard to changing these systems. And listen, BC, shout out to BC and Sunny. They both recently have been helping me with some videos with regard to, again, unlocking your crypto journey educational series. And this is something that BC and I talked about in our most recent video. You'll see it when it airs. Crypto got to go back to its roots, man. Back to that cypherpunk, mentality. It has been literally like just tempered with regard to all of this. And it's, again, be careful what you wish for, because back in the day, what was it? Oh man, wait until like Wall Street gets here and and now look what's happening. And Sonny, again, earlier today when we were recording that blockchain video, it was, the future is bright if people start learning about this, and that's right here, real, immutable, censorship resistant tech. There you go. And 1,000% right. 1,000% right. And for why Sonny has built what he's built, again, not what this is about. But I appreciate you guys going ahead and putting all this information in the chat. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you keeping that chat moving. Go check that out. Just go check that out. Dave P is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Dave. Let's see. I'm just making sure I'm caught up here. I think so. Okay. We got a couple more things to cover, Joe. We're way ahead of schedule. You haven't got me off track too much today. What the hell's going on?
Oh, I can do it. I can do it.
It's funny because usually we end up down some rabbit hole of a conversation, and today's been pretty
And
even.
then I can actually see you starting to sweat. It's like, Joe, we got like 20 minutes and we got like 40 minutes worth of stuff to talk about. Oh, yeah. Well, what about such and such?
Oh, crap. Hey, worst case scenario, Joe, you know what? We'll go to your stream early if you're up for it. But there's this piece I definitely want to go and check out first. I thought this was pretty good. Now, Joe, you did your own video with regard to this. You and I have talked about this on this stream, Wyoming, and it's like stable coins, right? We talked about that, but right here, Wyoming has chosen Hedera, so HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, to host Front, the first U.S. state-issued stable token backed by dollars and treasuries. Now, I've been talking about HBAR here for a while. I'm going to guess that anyone that has been around even back to, matter of fact, I think HBAR, for those who have been around Crypto on the Rocks, 100th episode anniversary coming up soon, guys. But anyway, way back to that first DCA portfolio, I'm pretty sure HBAR was part of that. Got some good buy-in prices there. Very, very good in profit right now. But yeah, I think that HBAR is going to be one of those blockchains that is able to help that integration with TradFi, with the RWAs, that kind of thing. And here is just the latest thing coming into Wyoming here at this point. So there you go. There you go. Any thoughts about this? And then Joe's going to look at the HBAR chart real quick in a minute. But Joe, anything you want to throw in before you look at that chart?
Yeah, I don't know. It's because of that movie that I was mentioning, Freeman, whatever it was. But when one of them had money, they're like, well, the money that we're going to get paid is that Confederate money, as opposed to the other money. So kind of, and that made me think about, different states. Man, I'm so wrapped up in crypto, like I'm actually thinking about that while I'm watching the movie. But if you have one, but it's a stable coin though, so but they can do something to it, So I don't know. It's still all brand new, so we'll see.
Yep. And Shuby's right. Yeah, I can ramble on myself and put myself down a rabbit hole quite often, especially on Crypto on the Rocks. After I've had a few drinks, just saying.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you for keeping me honest, Shub. All right. Joe, you ready? Take a look at HBAR real quick. All right.
All right. So
there you go.
HBAR is on the daily time frame. It had a really nice run up back starting June, end of June, continued through the almost the end of July, and then started going up and down, up and down. We don't want it to break these lows, but if it does, it's fine. Going to the 3.2 is good. 0.5 is even better. If it goes into the golden pocket, it's still okay. But the lower it goes, the harder it is to come up, in my opinion. But here, we're right on the 0.5, and it looks like we're starting to come up. I would not be surprised if we saw something like this, to where we come up. Of course, doing lower highs is fine because it needs time to go, and then now we break. And then, of course, everybody who does patterns, they'll probably see like a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and then they'll get bullish. But for me, I'm getting bullish every time I see a break of a pivot. But right now, it's looking good. I'm liking it. One thing I do want to show really quick is World Liberty Financial.
Oh, yeah. Go right ahead.
Yeah, we were talking about this one as far as last time I believe we're on the stream. We talked about it over here. And I was saying, it did break this trend line. If you wanted to, you could do like a third here, just because sometimes they run it up and they run it up pretty big, sometimes 20%.
Oh, hell yeah.
And again, all this is just kind of like just going and back testing 20%, 30%. So here I'm thinking if, we come up, we may come up to maybe here or maybe here. But what we want to do is we want to add to it, always scaling into the trade. Now, I watch a lot of videos in reference to crypto, of course. And I love watching other people trade. I love watching thought process. And there was one guy who said that he uses dynamic money management. I was like, ooh, that's sexy. And I was like, what is that? And so as he's talking, well, of course, he has a group. He teaches you more about dynamic money management in his group, paid group, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, that's pretty sexy. And then when he said what it was, you enter here, you can add here, and then add here. I was like, oh, that's scaling into a trade. I was like, man, if I was a newbie, I'd be like, man, I'm joining your group right away because I don't know what that is. And that's how they trick you. Like everybody, what they do is they get what already exists, they rebrand it, and they sell it. Here, and of course, on my channel, make sure to check me out on my channel, guys. I'm not rebranding anything. I keep it old school to where it's very easy to understand. You understand what a bounce is. You understand what selling pressure or a selling wick, all that's easy to remember. So same thing here, 1/3 here, you enter. If it breaks a low, rather when it breaks a low, you do the third because it could come up and come down. So this is just being safe. But if it breaks a low, well, then you add 2. Right. And then sure enough, it came all the way down here. Then it started doing this. And this is why we're always like monitoring these charts. This is on the 1 hour time frame. We're monitoring these charts. We have that. Now, this is really easy to do in hindsight. So easy. Oh, man. Hindsight millionaire, hindsight hustler. This is all the same thing. But what we want to do is we want to see what we're doing here. We have candle bodies, candle wick. We form this zone. I'm always teaching about this. We have a zone. We break above it. We start finding support on it. We break above this. We can long. Now, granted, do I think that this is going to go to $2? No, not with the tokenomics that it has. This is absolutely horrible. In my opinion, this just is like Trump, the coin. Horrible. I don't like it at all. But can you make money going up? Sure. Can you make money going down? Sure. And then here, just all the thought process of entering the trade. Now we're here, and the price was actually here. And I'm here. I'm thinking, in order to be bullish, we need to stay above this zone. However, if it pulls back to the 382, which is pretty good, from the low to the high, then potentially we could come up here and then come down. Now, these trend lines, they're a little bit better on the lower time frames, but if you want, we can do it on my channel. But it just, sure. I'm thinking come down, come up, get rejected here, come down. What ended up happening? Continued going sideways, came up to our top trend line, and then just came down. Once it broke this, looking forward to a bounce here. Maybe if we're going to try to go up, which it could do anything, but I don't think it will. And then now it's coming down. So now it's trying to find support. It's trying to find strength. It's trying to get that accumulation going. But I'm pretty sure, again, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure price is going to do a lower high, potentially. Maybe here, maybe you can fake out people. Do this, get a bullish retest, and then come up again. No, you know what? I don't want to see bullish retest. I think what might happen, we come up to here, come back down to probably here, then come up, and then now just come down. And then in order to short, to have a safer entry, would be the break of this zone. This would be a safer entry. Granted, we're in this trend, so this could continue, but more than likely we're going to come down to attack this. But this is what I'm thinking. This will be a safer entry. This right here, well, we could do the break of this. This would be an aggressive entry, but to me, it's kind of like a safer aggressive entry, just because the potential of it coming down because of the coin, what it is. I think we're going to come down. So that's my thought process on that one.
Excellent. Well, thanks for taking the time to go over that, Joe.
Yeah, I love doing coins. So like, if y'all have coins, make sure to come to my channel, give me coins. I love giving you the thought process. I love giving just what I think might happen. Does it do it all the time? No, but there's a lot of times where it goes the way I think it might go.
And don't forget, we're heading over to Joe's channel right after we're done here, about 10 minutes. And like I said, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, 4 p.m. So, yeah, we're going to be.
And never financial advice. Never.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I just want to give one shout out to a comment that was or a question actually that BC put in the chat. If you watched Good Morning Crypto this morning, let me tell you what, and you should be watching BC. Yeah, I get it. It's wee hours of the morning. Hell, he gave you a shout out in the live chat, Joe. I think you were there for this.
Yep.
And he put out a link long this morning. I watched the show after the fact because some of us, even though I had to be up early, we still need our beauty sleep because as you see, I need the beauty. But anyway, he put that out this morning, and boy, it seems to be playing out quite well for anyone who decided they were jumping on into that. So, if you guys aren't watching him bright and early in the morning, you should be. You should be. All right, I got one more item, and then I'm going to give everybody an update as to what the rest of the week looks like for this channel, because this week is completely discombobulated from what normally happens because I'm away. But I like to put gold news out. And again, gold, something that's been like skyrocketing, all-time high after all-time high after all-time high. It's just, again, I keep saying it. I know it's kind of an old term, but the canary in the coal mine thing, it's telling you there is a problem. Like Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, we certainly do. But beyond that, Goldbacks. If you are always tuning in to Crypto on the Rocks, we've done Metal Mark. We've talked Kinesis Gold. We've talked Goldbacks. Thank you to Daniel Diaz, mining stocks, Ali. I know I'm probably forgetting somebody, so my apologies. But turning on everybody to that, because again, just a different form of investment so you can diversify what you got going on. Well, guess what? Goldbacks are dropping a new state Goldback, the 9th one, according to this, and it says coming in 2026. So now you can't say you didn't have enough notice. I think the last one, when it came out, I gave you like 3 weeks notice or something by the time I saw it. So if you didn't get it and it sold out like that, you know what I mean? I think it was like a week. Joe and I talked about it. Hey, it's coming out. And then bam, it was done. You missed it, so now you know that this one's coming out. So if you're interested, here you go. Let me bring that up. I love how they tease what state it's going to be. Hilarious.
And that would be so nice.
I know, wouldn't it though? I know. Nope, not Nebraska. I was thinking it was originally. I was going to be like, BC's going to be happy. There you go. Idaho. Hence the potato, I'm guessing. The Idaho potato. There you go. That's what's coming up in 2026. So if you're into Goldbacks and you like them, you now's your time, man. That's not corn. Yes. Where'd that go? Yeah. I lost it. Yeah, that's not corn. Yeah, it's can't be Nebraska. Yeah, potatoes. Idaho potatoes. Idaho potatoes. Oh, what? Oh, wait, right here. Where'd it go?
That's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I got for today. Hey, K Diggity, welcome. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, see, Shuby got it right here. Yeah, Shuby knows. Chewy knows. Joe, do you want to head over and get yourself set, and I'll wrap everybody up here, and we'll go and raid your stream?
Yeah, that'll work for me. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you're on X, definitely come on over to YouTube, smash a like. We're going to be redirected to my channel where I give you free content. I give you free information on how to trade. I talk about the crypto market. I talk about Bitcoin, your coins. I show you the thought process that goes behind trades. We talk about winning trades, losing trades, the psychology of trading, not trading with emotions, which is very important. And then just make you a better trader. And we're all learning together. So I do thank you guys, and we'll see you over there. See ya.
All right. We'll see you in a few minutes, Joe. Yes. Again, shout out to Joe. He's here every Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, just helping out and giving you guys some chart information in between the news here. So I appreciate that very much. And hey, man, I appreciate the fact that you're just lurking back there. No problem. But yeah, I know sometimes something gets said or whatever, and you just can't help yourself. You got to kind of jump in. I get it. And what Tech Man said, smack that like button there, baby. Appreciate that. All right. Let's, before we head over to Joe's stream, let's give you an update. Again, this week is a little bit different for me. Tonight, myself, BC Pork Corp, and Crypto Bedell will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time for Hot on the Line. And we got some good stuff to talk about. Matter of fact, I think there's a giveaway. Somebody, a little birdie told me. So maybe you want to go and make sure you're around for that. Tomorrow, I start, is the first day of the Boston Blockchain Week conference that I will be attending. So tomorrow night, normally I would have the Matrix Money podcast with Crypto Jar. I was waiting for him to get back to me literally while I was going live. I don't know if you could hear that binging in the background. That was that was Jar finally getting back to me. So I got to go see what he's saying. I'm not sure that I was kind of try to go live from the conference, but I'm not sure that that's going to be able to happen. Yes, Steve, the Huddle Line is tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time. So stay tuned. If I'm going to go live from the conference, I will post it on X and all that kind of stuff. So yes, please keep an eye for that. But I'm thinking the likelihood, because I'm taking public transportation, the likelihood is low that that's going to happen. As far as the rest of the week is concerned, there'll be no stream on Wednesday because of me being at the conference, and no Crypto on the Rocks this Friday. But Sunday, we will have the next installment in the Unlocking Your Crypto Journey educational series. It's either going to be my interview with Sunny about blockchain or my interview with BC about the what is cryptocurrency. So I'm not sure yet. Depends how the editing goes. And so stay tuned. But one of those will be airing this coming Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right after Billy Goat Tales. I appreciate everybody that's here today. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your support always. And I will see you guys tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Hot on the Line. Myself, BC, and Crypto Bedell. All right. I appreciate you all. When you head over to Joe's stream, again, all you got to do is sit tight. If you're on YouTube, you're going to be redirected right over there. Make sure you type CCM Raid in the chat. All right. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you tonight.